So my name is Charae A, and then my supervisor is PM Dr. Sharifah Sakinah, and we are from Fakulti Teknologi Maklumat and Komunikasi from Universiti Teknikal Malaysia Melaka. And my project title is reducing waste by connecting donors and donees via mobile app and AI. Okay, so let us look at the problem. So one of the issue is the food waste. Food waste which is really a big issue because it is estimated that around 1.3 billion of food are being wasted per year, and this is like around 30% of food. And then in our country, around 2,700 of ringgit per month are lost by wasting our food, which in total is around 16,000 tons. So the problem of food waste is that it takes up a huge space at landfill, and then it can contribute to global warming. And then it also a waste of energy, which is the energy used to grow the food, to transport the food, and then to preserve the food. Okay, so another issue is the food security. So in Global Hunger Index, our ranking is in 59. It is not that good. And then food security, they can hit the children hard. Based on one study, it shows that around 1.4 children in KN, in low-cost flat, they are either stunned, underweight, or thinner than average. And then the recent MCO and economic downturn, it affects a lot of people. So from here, we can see good initiative like the white flag movement. So I try to imagine both issues in this scale. So because there's a huge disparity between those groups that has abundance of excess food, and then there are throwing food that are still in good condition, and then the other group is those who are struggling financially and they need help. So my proposal is an app. So the objective of my project is first to provide a platform to connect those who have excess food and then they want to donate their food with those who are struggling and they are open to donation and they need help. And then secondly, by sharing, we can prevent the food from being end up at landfill. So instead of going to landfill, the food instead are being redistributed to people in need. And then finally, we want to give information, which is to educate the user regarding information about waste. So the proposed module are first for the app, we have duration and request feature. And then we also have explore feature for location analytics. And finally, we have a chatbot. And then here is the app architecture. So the language used for the app is React Native. And then for backend, we use Firebase and we also use Google Maps API to render the map. And then for the chatbot, we use Hexstack, which is a natural language processing framework for using transformer, and then we use Fast API to create a REST API for the app to communicate with the chatbot. Right. So this is the donation and request feature of the app. So basically, at this screen, we can view the donations, and then we can its detail. Then we can request and call and so on, and then we can also add a new donation, and it also use our coordinate to render the map. And then secondly, we have explore screen, which basically it is for analysis, so the user can view the request and donation nearby, and then they can zoom in the map and then the markers on the map you cluster together. So this will help them to see like how many donations are nearby. And then here's for chatbot overview. So for the chatbot, first, when there are a question, it is sent to DuckDuckGo Instant API. So DuckDuckGo Instant API, it is used to answer the definition question, like what is food waste and so on. And then if there is no answer, then we will use Google search. So here, when there is no answer, we search Google, and then we grab the first 10 links. And after that, we extract the contents from those links, and then we do some pre-processing, and then we retrieve top 10 documents. And finally, we pass those top 10 documents to Transformer to find the best answer. And then here's the example of our chatbot. So I ask a question, what food can be composted? And then the answer is food scrap. And here's the context. And here we can view the top 5 answer, with the food scrap being the best answer. And then here is the score. If you ask me, I would say the answer is kind of acceptable, good enough for our use case. And then conclusion, the advantage of the project is that for a chatbot, there is no need to build the knowledge base. So that means it requires less maintenance, and then the result is always up to date based on the information on the web. And then React Native app is cross-platform and allow us to reuse the code. So for example, if I want to expand to iOS, I don't have to create new code base. And then Firebase allow us to scale easily because we don't need to create our own backend infrastructure. And then in terms of commercialization, we can partner with business, for example, restaurant or supermarket to collect and donate those excess or food that are near expiry date to people in need, like NGO and school and so on. And then in turn, we can sell them by providing a dashboard to show analytics and insight to help them understand what food surplus trends of the business. For example, what food are being wasted the most, on what day, etc. And next is system demonstration. First is the donation screen, which basically contain the donation from the database. So here I can view the donations, and then let's skip forward. And then I can look at the details, the quantity, donated by who, and so on, and also the map. And then I can also add a new one, which basically I just enter info, and then once I click submit, the new donation will show on the screen. And then I can click on WhatsApp to open the WhatsApp. So here I can communicate with for example, the donor. For example, maybe I ask if it is still available or not, or when can I go to pick up the item. And next is for request. It is basically the same as donation. I can view the request, and I can here is for the filtering by category, and then I can add any request and so on. Here can I open the maps by clicking on a map, and it will show the button to go to the location. Alright, so next we have my listing. So my listing screen is basically if you show the listing that I have donated or request. So for example, for my listing, I can either list again or delete the listing. For example, if it has been collected, then I can just delete it. Alright, so next we have the explore screen. So explore screen is basically it contains for the map for the location analysis. So as you can see, here we have the marker, and then if we zoom out, then it will cluster together. If we zoom in, then it will expand the marker. Right, so finally we go to chatbot. So the chatbot is, first we try to test, to ask the definition question, like what is food waste, and here it should get the result from the DuckDuckGo API, and then we wait for a while. Then it will show the answer. So here is the answer from Wikipedia. And lastly, we try to ask question that is not in the DuckDuckGo API. So which means we will have to search by Googling and then grab the 10 links. The one that I have explained, the one that using transformer. So here it will do some processing, and then it will get the top 10 document, and finally it passes to transformer, and then it get the result. So wait a while for the result. So here is the result. So the result is portion control. So that's it for the chatbot.